Have you ever wondered if you could use your intuition, connect with your universal energy to help guide the things in your life and to guide your direction? Well, you can, using something as simple as a pendulum. So today I'm going to teach you how pendulums work, how to use them for guidance, and how to use them to make decisions in your own life. If you're new here, I'm Sarah, and I created this channel to help you build a more loving, fulfilling, and happy life through self-mastery and spirituality. So let's dive right in. So what is a pendulum? It's just a simple tool. It's a weighted object on some kind of a string. So a lot of people, like myself, use some form of a crystal, but honestly, you can use a rock. Like, you could use anything and you just tie it to any kind of a string or rope or whatever you may have. But the thing is you have to make sure that you connect with it in some way, like intuitively connect to it. This is actually one of the first pieces I got on my spiritual journey that I actually felt connected to. All right, apologies you guys. We've had guys working here for months, and it's just been impossible to find a quiet space for filming a YouTube video. So even those that practice peace and calmness get irritated sometimes, okay? We're freaking human. So even though this tool is super, super simple, don't let that fool you, because it is a super powerful way to access your subconscious mind or higher energies. Now, everyone does have a different belief when it comes to what you are connecting with when you're connecting with a pendulum. Personally, and you don't have to take on this belief, I believe that we are connecting with our subconscious mind and our higher selves. Some people think they're connecting with God or guides or angels or whatever. Whatever you believe, it's all within the same type of universal energy. So it doesn't really matter. Personally, I think it's very powerful to believe that you are connecting with your own like higher self, because it's putting the power not outside of you, but like within you. And like you're basically asking your higher dimensional self what the answers are that your body and yourself already knows. So you're just tapping into a subconscious knowing that you might not know consciously on the surface. How does it work? Now, basically, your pendulum will move in a pattern that will represent some type of answer that you're looking for. So really what it's doing is it's kind of acting as like a bridge to deeper knowledge already within yourself. So how do you choose the correct pendulum? Now, it is a personal thing, and to be honest, there's really no wrong answer. So crystals are obviously very popular. Mine is a little, I don't know if this is gonna show you, but mine's like a little rose quartz. Now, when I got mine, this was at the very beginning of my spiritual awakening, about 5 years ago, and I got a bunch of crystals. I got the pendulum, whatever. I didn't connect with the crystals at the time. I did connect with the pendulum for whatever reason. So I really had no idea what I was doing when I chose a pendulum, and I really wasn't super spiritually connected with my intuition yet. Like, I was really at the, like, within the first like month or two of my spiritual awakening. So I really had no idea what I was doing, and I just found that over the years, this is the one true piece that I've stayed very connected to for whatever reason. So I would highly recommend you find some type of metaphysical shop near you and just go in and kind of like ponder and see what sticks out to you and what you're drawn towards, and just go with that one. If you don't want to go out and actually buy something, you can just grab like a necklace and something around your house that has a little bit of weight to it. Nothing too crazy, but just like has a little bit of weight to it. And then you can kind of like craft it so they're connected and it's dangling at the bottom. So the pendulum should feel balanced, and it should be able to move without a lot of effort. Like, you don't want some like giant enormous piece sticking on it, but just something that's kind of light, but it has a little bit of weight to it. It's not about the price or the appearance of the pendulum. It's about how it feels for you. So don't put too much pressure on this. Again, like when I got mine, like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anything. So like it just happened to resonate with me over time. Now that you have your pendulum, what do? Before you start diving into questions, you have to prepare the pendulum. So how do you do that? The first thing you're going to want to do is cleanse your pendulum. How do you do that? You just want to make sure you're getting rid of any energies that may be absorbed into the piece, whether it's a crystal or something else, from anyone else, right? So even if you do get it from a metaphysical shop, there are plenty of other hands that may have gone through. So there's a few different ways you can cleanse it. I prefer using the moonlight. Depending on whatever piece you have, you can run it under cold water, you can sage it, you can put it in the sunlight. Again, it's all very intuitive focus, so whatever feels right for you. I love to put mine outside on a full moon or a new moon and let the moon cleanse it. So I would definitely make sure you do that before you even start using it. Once it's cleansed and you're ready, you just want to kind of set the intention that you want to feel connected and you want to connect with the pendulum. Often what I'll do, and I'll take you guys through an example on how I work with the pendulum and show you exactly how I do it, but I like to ask its permission to connect with it at this time. And then this is just like a very me thing, but I like to kiss it before I start and just like be connected to it. Obviously you don't have to do that if that doesn't feel right for you, but kind of whatever way it does. And then just set your intention with the pendulum. So now, one of the things you have to understand with pendulums is you don't want to overcomplicate the questions. You really want to ask it simple yes or no questions so that it can give you clear yes or no answers. So what you have to figure out then is, what is your yes answer? What is your no answer? And sometimes people will ask, like, if it's a non-answer, what's the pattern? I don't really care for that, just because like I'll know if it's not a yes or if it's not a no. And so some people like to go through and kind of ask it some obvious questions. I prefer to like straight up just say, give me a yes answer, give me a no answer. So let me move this down so you can see this a little better. So the way that I like to hold this is so it's going straight down in between these two fingers. And again, it's very focused on what feels right for you. And then I let it kind of fall over my middle finger here. And what I like to do is put my hand underneath of the pendulum so that it's feeling my energy through both ends. And so right now, I wait until it's at like a dead stop. I'll say, pendulum, I would like to connect with you. Can you give me a no answer? And you'll see it's going counterclockwise. Thank you. Can you please give me a yes answer? And you'll see it's going clockwise the opposite way. Thank you, pendulum. So it honestly like still blows my mind every time I use this, because even like when I say thank you, like it starts to come to a stop. Like it's really cool. So now, especially if you're new to pendulums, you might want to ask it some type of like obvious questions to kind of build up your belief in it, which is totally understandable, especially if you're a skeptic the way that I was. So you can ask it something simple like, okay, pendulum, is my name Sarah? So it's saying yes, right? Thank you, pendulum. Is my name Sassy? Thank you. Pendulum, is my favorite color blue? Is my favorite color pink? Okay, so right there, those are 4 questions that the pendulum got correct. Ask it as many as you need to feel some sort of confidence with it. And the thing is you can continue asking deeper questions as you go in. So I know it can feel a little limiting that you can only ask yes or no questions, but you can ask it anything. Like you can ask it, you know, is this job for my highest good? Is this relationship for my highest good? And then you can keep going deeper and deeper and deeper with the questions. And another thing you can do that I think is really cool with pendulums is you can use it to kind of like tap into people or energies or whether things are good for you. An example of this is, say like maybe you have some like gut issues or health issues or something like that, and you're trying to figure out how to like change your diet. So for example, you could grab like, I don't know, a banana or something and put it in your hand and hold the pendulum over the banana and say, is this, you know, a positive thing for my body to eat? Is this good for me to eat? Or yeah, and you know, yes or no. And you can do that with anything. You can ask it like, hey, is my living situation the best for me at this time? Now, another thing I would like you to I know my camera's all over the place today, but another thing I want you to keep in mind is there's an infinite amount of timelines. Okay, so we're always kind of shifting in and out of timelines depending on what decisions we make. And of course, it's a ripple effect of everyone and everything around us, not only in this world, but in the universe, right? So sometimes you will ask the pendulum question, and in that current timeline, it'll give you one answer. And then maybe something will change, that maybe something you don't even know about, and later on it'll be a different answer. So you have to remember that at this moment in time, in this current reality, this is your truth, okay? But that doesn't mean that down the road that won't change. An example of this is at one point, like a few years ago, I was dating someone and I asked my pendulum, is it in my best interest to be pursuing this connection right now? And the answer was yes. And then time went by, we went through a lot, all this stuff happened, and I got to the point where I was unsure if I wanted to continue the dynamic that we were in. And so I was then again able to ask my pendulum the exact same question, and it gave me the answer no, because things had changed, timelines had changed, and it was no longer the best use of my time. There really are no limits to what you can use your pendulum for. Some people use it to like balance their chakras. I'm personally at this moment in my spiritual journey, I'm not super into chakras. I'm sure that'll change at some point. Like I've been into it in the past, but as many of you know that are on a spiritual journey, like things just kind of ebb and flow. So you can use it to balance your chakras. You can use it for maps or finding lost objects and asking all those types of questions. Some people even use them to connect with those beyond the veil, you know, maybe deceased loved ones or guides or whatever it may be. So it's really just a simple, fun tool to explore yourself. And for me, it was really building up that belief. It's the pendulum for me really helped me along the beginning part of my spiritual awakening and believing that there is more out there. And what's really funny about it is that at least with my pendulum, I'm sure they're all different, but if people believe in it and like or maybe not even necessarily believe in it, but they're open to the possibility that this is a useful spiritual tool, it will work for them. But I've had people that are just completely closed off to the idea of a pendulum and they try to use it and it doesn't even move. So that's really funny. I feel like my pendulum has like a little sass to her, you know? Editing Sarah here. You know, it's so funny, like as I'm sitting here editing that part, like, oh, my pendulum's so sassy. It's like, okay, well, if your pendulum is an extension of you, it made so much sense that, like, of course, if someone didn't believe me, I'd be like, well, fine, I'm not helping you then. You know what I mean? Like, it's cracking me up. Like, oh, you don't want to believe in me? Like, you don't want to listen to what I had to say? Like, you think this is bullshit? Well, fine. Like, I'm not... Screw you then. I'm not even going to do anything for you. Like, that's such my attitude in life. So it just kind of, like, clicked with me that with our like, pendulums kind of being an extension to us, that, like, of course, that's what it would do. So the 3 big things that I would recommend when you are getting started on your pendulum journey is to, 1, stay neutral and understand that, like, you're not always going to get the answers that you desire. But 1, those things can change. 2, you don't want to get attached to outcomes. And 3, sometimes what we want isn't the best thing for us. So just keep those things in mind. And also, like, practice patience. It really can take some time to build up the trust and accuracy of your pendulum as you get more and more connected to it. Now, I do go ahead and cleanse mine. I try once a month. I don't always get to it, but honestly, like, I go through phases with mine where I'll use it like all the time. Like, I'm in a big pendulum phase right now, hence this video. And then there'll be like months where I don't even touch it. So just make sure that if the more you're using it, the more that you are cleansing it in whatever way you prefer to cleanse it. And the last thing I want you to keep in mind is to make sure that you are very, very clear and intentional about the questions that you are asking. Be very specific and avoid overcomplicated questions. Like short, direct, to the point questions are going to get you the best results. So whether you are just having some fun, making tough decisions, seeking clarity, or balancing your energy, this simple tool, this pendulum, can be so incredibly empowering. So trust in yourself, trust in the process, trust in the energies of the universe, and trust the answers that you receive. So I love you guys so much. I hope you found value in this video and enjoyed a little bit of a tutorial here. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and like so we can hang out again next week. I love you guys so much. And don't forget, be limitlessly yourself.